Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome for the first time. I was speaking to a guy and he said to me he wants to become a billionaire, or as close to a billionaire as possible, like Jeff Bezos. I said to him, do you know what you need to do to become a billionaire? What level you need to get to become a billionaire? I said to him, do you have even what it takes to be a billionaire? He answered yes. So I said, okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Let's see what your answers are. Now, after watching this video, if you're thinking of building an Amazon business, you may change your mind. Watch on. So the first question I asked this guy was, how do you feel about your mum? He said, I love my mum. I'll do anything for my mum. Anything she needed me to do, I will do it for her. I said, that's good. I said, let's say that your mum had been working all her life and she's managed to save up £200,000. Now that £200,000 that she saved up allows her to retire. She doesn't need to work again. However, you have the opportunity of investing £200,000 into something with the possibility of getting a return of £1 million. However, there is a greater chance of you losing that entire money over that period of 3 years. So that means your mum's entire life savings has gone and she needs to work again. Would you take that money from your mum? He said no. I said, okay. I then asked him another question. I said to him, if you had the opportunity to make a guaranteed £10 million, £10 million, but for you to make that £10 million, you would need to put 250 families that you do not know into deep poverty. So they are seriously struggling. Would you take that opportunity? He said he couldn't bring himself to do that. I said to him, okay, fair enough. Last question. I said, this opportunity is to make £50 million this time. £50 million. But for you to make that £50 million, you would have children as young as 8 years old working in another country for 15 to 18 hours a day. And you also know that some of these children, some of these people will die in the process in order for you to make that £50 million. Would you go ahead and take the opportunity? He said he couldn't do it. He wouldn't have that on his conscience. I said to him, you just passed up £61 million like that. You don't want to become a billionaire. Being a billionaire is not for you. I said, that's why I asked you, do you know what it takes to become a billionaire? To become a billionaire, billionaires put aside their morals. They don't care about how they get to a billion. They just care that they get to a billion. Billionaires don't get played by guilt. They care about themselves and only themselves. Every other thing and every other person is expendable. This leads me to discuss the Amazon seller model. Now, let me give you a bit of background before I start talking about it. I've had several people come to me who have been selling on Amazon, doing really well, and all of a sudden they find out that someone has jumped onto Amazon and has fully undercut them, even lower their cost, meaning they are not able to sell their products, putting them in serious financial difficulty and killing their business literally overnight. Now, I understand how competitive the market can be. I know that if you're selling a product and it's popular, other people might start selling similar or sell the same product and may sell lower than you, meaning that you lose margin. But the level that I'm talking about today is something that really needed me to have a look at and to investigate, because it was something that kept repeating and repeating itself. Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon, the richest man in the world. This guy is worth around 190 billion. 190 billion. Let that sink in. He could buy a country. Now, remember what I said, what it takes to become a billionaire? Imagine what it takes to be a multi-billionaire, to be the richest person in the world. Imagine how you have to be and how you have to think in order to get to that level. When I do business, there's two things that I really like to avoid, or things that I don't believe in. The first one is conflict of interest, and the second is coincidences. From what I've seen, Amazon embodies both. Amazon sells products, any products they want. They sell them themselves. Amazon also controls a site where Amazon sellers can sell products. So to me, that's an immediate conflict of interest. Let's be really clear about something. Amazon, or Jeff Bezos, is not in the business to try and share wealth with people. That's not his business. The only reason people are allowed to sell on Amazon is because Jeff Bezos expects to make substantially more than the people selling on Amazon. He cares about how much Amazon makes, not how much the sellers make. Now, everything that I'm telling you is based on my opinion and what people have shown me. I just want to make that clear. So Amazon make part of their revenue on seller fees. So they charge a small amount to people who are selling on their website. That's great if you want to make a few $billion. But if you want to be the richest man in the world, like Jeff Bezos is, do you want to be picking up a few bits of seller fees and also spending money marketing and researching what products are good for your website? That's not going to make you the richest man in the world. That's not going to make you a multi-billionaire. So what do? You have full control of the platform where the sellers are selling. You're in full control of it. You have all the data of the sellers. What products they're selling, how much they're selling, the revenue they're generating, how much they're selling the products for. You have who they're selling it to. And in some cases, you even know where they're buying it from. If you want to be a multi-billionaire like Jeff Bezos, you do what Amazon have been alleged to be doing. You create the product yourself, or you find where the product is being bought from and you buy it yourself. And what you do is you promote your own personal product up the search, and the competition starts disappearing off the site, or put it in an area where it's harder to find. Instead of you just making money on seller fees, you end up making money on product, which is a far larger profit margin for you. Remember, you don't need to pay for any market research. You already know which products are popular and you already know who is buying it. So if you're Jeff Bezos, what happens to the sellers on your site? Well, you are buying much cheaper than them. You're creating a product much cheaper than them. And even if you weren't, no one can even find their product on the site. They can only find your product. So who are they going to buy from? The seller's business almost overnight could be ruined. So they have no income coming through because they rely on your site. But the sellers have got families. What happens to their families? Where are they going to get their money from? It's not your problem. You're there to be a multi-billionaire. You're not there to care about another seller's family. You're there to make as much money, more money than you could ever possibly spend in your life. That's what you're there to do. That's what it takes to become a multi-billionaire. Is it coincidence that people have come to me, so many people, the same sort of story? Business was doing great. They're making a lot of money. Almost overnight, they're not making money. Someone is undercutting them. They're not able to compete. They're left with a whole load of unsellable stock. If you're looking to create a business, you need to understand who you're dealing with. If it's a multi-billion pound company or multi-billion dollar company, understand who you're dealing with. Always know and be straight with yourself that that company isn't interested in you making money. They never are. They're interested in how they can make money through you or at your expense. That's what they're interested in. This video is not exclusively about Amazon. Amazon is a great example based on allegations. This video is about you understanding conflict of interest when you're looking to go into business. You need to be really aware of it, because if your business literally goes to nothing overnight, you're going to be left scratching your head, not understanding why. So you need to understand who you're dealing with before you start dealing with them. You need to know how to take advantage of a conflict of interest. You can use a site like Amazon, huge site, in order to start building your business. But from day one, the main goal for you should be to remove your business from Amazon and put them to your own site. So you're not at the mercy of a multi-billionaire who wants to make as much money as he can for reasons I have no idea. I do hope you found this video useful. Those of you who followed me for all the time you have, thank you so much for your support. Those of you who are new to my channel, if you enjoy my content, please hit that subscribe button, put any comments in the comment box, like the video if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you on the next one.